Okay.
Doc, good afternoon. How are you?
Real good. How we doing?
We're great. We are ready to go. Grady, you want to start us off?
I like it, Eli.
Yes. Coach, how would you rate day two and your observations from a conditioning standpoint, given the time off?
Yeah, Michael. So we kind of spiraled a little bit today in a positive direction. Build it off yesterday, where we just kind of got a little semblance of being back on the floor. And today we able to play 5-on-5 and get up and down a little bit. So I was pleased at the effort and conditioning level, and overall, really good day in the gym.
Matt?
What's up, Coach? It's Matt with the book. Just wondering a bit more about Jamal Crawford, who we kind of caught up with you at the end of yesterday's chat with. He's obviously known for his thought leadership and knows a lot of the guys from Kyrie to Karras on down. What have your conversations been with Jamal and what he can bring as kind of an emotional and intellectual leader of this team in this weird time, almost beyond the court?
Yeah, Matt, I'm looking forward to getting him into the gym. Our conversations were just pretty much getting him acclimated to whatever he needed while being here and going through quarantine, and what we could talk about offensively and defensively. Just some very simplistic things just to start talking basketball. Looking forward to it. His leadership. He has a tremendous amount of respect, I think, across the league. And so he'll be able to talk to our guys, help them out in this different situation. And he's a grown man. He's got kids. And so he's able to be extremely diligent in talking to our guys. So I'm looking forward to using him that way and seeing him on the floor for us.
Brian?
Hey, Jacque. How you doing?
Hey, Brian.
Yeah. I just want to double check. Did you guys get full 5-on-5 yesterday as well, or was this the first day you actually legitimately got a full 5-on-5?
No, today was the first 5-on-5. Yesterday we got to a level of 3-on-3 a little bit, but I didn't want to. The thought was to get a day of base underneath them, see how they responded yesterday, and then we got 5-on-5 today for the first time.
Alex?
Hey, Jacque, how you doing?
Good, Alex. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I'm curious, given that, Jamal was only drafted 2 years after you, I want to say 2 or 3. Did you ever have to guard him in the NBA? And what was that experience like? And what makes him so tough as a guard from a firsthand experience, if you have one?
My NBA years are starting to blend together. I was talking to Tiago Splitter this morning, and with Garrett Temple and TLC and Jarrett Allen, they asked me, did I coach Tiago? And I said, I couldn't remember, but I ended up saying, I think we came to the conclusion that I did coach Tiago at some point. So my years of maybe playing against Jamal, what I do remember, or not playing against him, but I do remember his game of being shifty, having an array of moves to get his shot off, a guy that you enjoy watching, very creative. And then towards the latter parts of his year, he's become much more of a ball handler who can distribute also. Always had the ability to make a shot. He's a guy that you can take to a playground across the world, and he'll feel comfortable playing on any floor. So that's a special talent.
Christian?
Coach, how's it going? Christian Winfield.
Hey, Christian.
When you describe Jamal Crawford, it almost sounds like the same way you would describe Kyrie Irving. Do you envision a way of using Jamal Crawford in a similar way that you would use Kyrie out there on the floor?
Well, I think we'll have multiple ball handlers on the floor. I think that's probably the biggest difference. Jamal can play on the ball, off the ball. In no ways am I comparing those two, but I think Jamal, he has a special talent of scoring the basketball, and I think the people like watching him with the basketball in his hand. I guess those are some similarities, but different stages of their career right now. So once we get Jamal back on the floor, we'll see what he's comfortable doing and try to make the most of this.
Tom, last question for Jacque.
Hey, Jacque.
Hey, Tom.
Just want to check in with you on the Donta Hall signing, what you've seen from looking at film of him and where he's going to fit in for you guys.
Yeah, a young big. We had talked about earlier that at some point we're going to fill the roster with a big. Donta presents a big who plays with extreme amount of energy, who's improved since the first time we saw him as an organization, a guy that can play above the rim, and a guy that hopefully we can get better while he's here and be able to contribute. We'll need his minutes, and so we'll need to get him up to speed pretty quickly.
Jacque, we got one more for late check-in from Greg here. Greg, if you want to jump in.
Hi, Jacque. I was just wondering about what kind of expanded role you see for Rody with no Taurean Prince and no Chandler. Do you expect him to be in the starting unit?
Yeah, Greg, we haven't decided what that starting unit is going to look like. Today he started with at the 4 position, and but I think we'll see him play multiple positions. We'll continue to get this roster together and see what units fit together and what combinations fit together, but really envision his role of running the floor for us, rebounding the basketball for us, guarding multiple positions for us, offensive rebounding. I think his energy will need to take advantage of. And he had a good practice today. He's done a good job of being in drills with wings and with bigs, and kind of reiterated what I said the other day. We're trying to make him the best basketball player that he can be. And so far he's accepted that challenge and is willing to play any position for us.
All set, Jacque. Thanks for your time.
Okay, guys. Have a good day. Appreciate it.
Grady, you want to kick us off again?
Yeah. GT, what specifically with Jamal Crawford, what do you like about his game? What does he bring to the team?
Great vet. I talked to him, I want to say maybe Wednesday night, Tuesday night, and then again last night. One of the best vets to ever play the game. Obviously, he's going to provide a scoring punch, provide a voice in the locker room that's been around for a long time, understands how to win games. Just a great guy as well, though. Keep things light. Something that we can bounce questions off of and things like that. So just a great guy to have around, but also obviously a guy that really can provide that scoring punch for us when we need to.
Brian?
Hey, Garrett. How you doing? I'm curious. You, after having all this time where you guys couldn't practice, couldn't do anything, just your response to the first time you guys are actually getting some 5-on-5 actually looks like a real practice.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Yesterday we did a little 3-on-3. Today we did a little 5-on-5. It just felt good to get some bumping. Guys were a little rusty, not as rusty as we would expect it. The individual workouts have been going really well. So, but it just felt good to get down the court, play 5-on-5, get back to what we love doing. Looking forward to a few more days of this before we play a scrimmage game.
Christian?
What's up, Garrett? It's Christian. Coach told us you guys played 5-on-5 scrimmages for the first time today, and Rody was in the starting lineup. Just what does he bring to the unit, and how have you seen his game maybe evolve or develop over the course of this year?
Rody is going to be really, really big for us because of the absences that we have coming into this, into the restart. His ability to offensive rebound, his ability to cause havoc on the defensive end, be a nuisance, and then offensively knock down open shots, to be a great cutter. So we expect that from Rody. We know he has it in him, and we're gonna really need him for that. So everybody's getting back into shape, but that's what we expect from Rody. His ability to just do the little things, be that that dog on the inside, get all the the garbage points and things like that. So I'm excited for it, for the opportunity for him, especially, and hopefully he takes advantage.
Alex?
Hey, Garrett. I was just wondering, as you said you've spoken to Jamal, how do you kind of get some of the guys that you guys have added but aren't down there with you guys yet acclimated and try to get them up to speed before they step on the court with you guys? Is there stuff you're talking about to maybe help them get a head start, or you can't really do too much until they're with you guys there?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking to them, just explaining how practice is. You know, maybe telling them what offensive sets we have. Obviously, it's the league, especially, you know, a guy like him and Bees, they've been in the league a long time, so everything is the same. You just have different names for it. So just letting them know, you know, what spots they're gonna get their shots on the court. Defensively, our schemes on the defensive end. It's easy since the guys are vets. For the young guys that are gonna be coming in, it may be a little different, maybe a little more difficult. Hopefully we can get some computers to them, show them some clips of what we want to do, show them some clips of practice. But the vets, it may be a little easier. And then it's just a matter of them trying to stay in shape on the bike inside their room for the next few days, however long they have to be quarantined. That's probably going to be the most difficult thing, them, you know, trying to be in shape and then trying to get in shape once they do join us.
Greg?
Hi, Garrett. I just want to know, with all the absences in the lineup, the fact that you guys have added a couple of great veterans in Crawford and Beasley, and that you're on the team, how critical do you think that veteran presence will be, just in terms of holding the team together under such unusual circumstances?
I think it's going to be pretty big. You know, everybody's in new circumstances. This isn't anything that vets can talk about and say, well, when we were in the bubble last time, this is what we did. This is all new to everybody, but having that veteran leadership, you know, trying to be adaptable, trying to, you know, withstand and be resilient in times of adversity, I think that's going to help. As I said, a guy like Jamal, who's very even keel, keeps things light, you know, as well as Bees and then myself. I think that's going to help. So definitely having a few vets here is going to be a positive. But this is new to everybody, and we're gonna learn it as we go.
Nick, last question.
Garrett, on a lighter note, I saw Marc Gasol rolled in with an espresso maker when he came to the bubble. Did you pack anything from home special that you wanted to have? And now that you're getting settled in, are you planning on having anything delivered over time?
I didn't bring anything special besides some golf clubs. In terms of things delivered, nah. I think I left a few books that I wanted to bring, but other than that, that's about it. But that's typical of Mark, the Spaniard, bringing in his fancy bougie espresso machine. I'm not surprised.
Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate your time.
No problem.
Jarrett,
what's up?
Ready to go?
No, where?
Grady, kick us off.
All right, Jarrett, what's your mindset? Lone big man, and you try on a regular basis to stay out of foul trouble, but kind of add some significance given the situation.
You know, I think for me, it's the same thing that I've always done. Go out and play my hardest. Like you said, I do have to worry about foul trouble a little bit, but at the end of the day, we just go out there, play our hardest, and play.
Christian?
Yeah, what's going on? It's Christian. Obviously, there's been a lot of focus on you being the lone big man that's left over, but Rody has a pretty big opportunity in front of him as well. Can you just talk about what he brings? Jacque said he practiced with you guys in the starting lineup today. So what does he bring to that unit, and how have you seen his game kind of, I guess, evolve or develop over the year?
Right. Well, you know, Rody, the energy guy, and, you know, he's going to sacrifice his body and sacrifice the other team's body for everybody's sake. And he's just going to go out there, play his hardest. You know, he still has his three-point shot. You know, he's still finding his rhythm in there. And I was working with him. They put us in the same group to get some shots up. So he's definitely knowing what it's like to be 4 or 5.
Greg?
Hi, Jarrett. Can you say, with so many veterans out, do you feel extra pressure to deliver in a shorthanded situation like this?
I wouldn't say extra pressure. I'm not really a feel the pressure type of guy, but I feel it gives me some more freedom because honestly, during the season, all the options in front of me are sitting out. I really hope they get better. All the health stuff aside, now is almost a time for me to go out there and explore my game.
Brian?
Hey, Jared. This is twofold. Do you know what, if anything, do you know about Donta Hall? The young guy that you guys just signed. What can you tell us about his game? And two, I know you're particular about your hair. Are you going to let any of the barbers in the bubble touch it, or keep away?
So I'll talk about Donta. I don't really know him that much at all, really. I only seen stuff from Twitter, but from what I'm hearing, he's super athletic. He can play down low. He has a big wingspan and great on defense. And in terms of my hair, I'm gonna keep it as it is. I'm not gonna let anybody touch it. I'm just gonna keep growing it out.
Alex?
Hey, Jared. Brian kind of took my first question. So I was just curious how, outside of basketball, how have you kind of stayed busy in the bubble so far? Have you done any of the activities or stuff NBA is offering you? Have you, stuck to your video games and stuff like that? What have you done to stay busy?
Look at the camera. For me, I've been playing a little bit of video games. I'm not on the level of Myers Leonard or the setup that he brought, but I do have my laptop. I did bring a little game console with me, so I'm definitely keeping a little busy.
Matt, last question for Jarrett.
What's up, Jared? I'm just wondering if beyond the room setup, you guys have had any team bonding activities, or if anything's planned to kind of socially distance, hang out off the court now that you guys are kind of out of lockup and used to the gym.
Right, we haven't had anything dead set planned, at least for everybody. We really just got out of quarantine. This is our 36th hour out, so we're all still getting used to the campus. We really haven't had time to explore or go find anything else to do.
Thanks, Jarrett. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone. That's it for today.